Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven aka Storm and we're back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. And we are here today to get started on the Deadlands DLC. I actually came here to get the last of the crafting stations. As you see over here, I now have the Dragon Guard Armory crafting station because I've been doing the dailies. So that is done and we are pretty much done with Dragon Hold until I decide to do other things. So we're going to start off with the Deadlands today, but first of all we're going to talk to Mary and we're going to find out what she needs. We're not going to do her quests today. What we're going to do is after we finish the Deadlands, the first thing we're going to do is go do Mary's quest. So let's go ahead and talk to Mary.
I have another favor to ask, if it's not too much trouble.
What's the favor?
Mom will try her best to put her search for that puzzle box behind her, but I know her. The moment she catches wind of another flimsy lead, she'll be off looking just one more time. She's only going to stop when it's found, or she's dead.
Okay, so you want to search for it, don't you?
Want to? No. Need to? Probably. My mom's been trying to fulfill her filial duty since she buried my grandfather. I'd rather not come by it the same way. I was thinking I'd pay the old Mer a visit at our ancestral tomb. Will you join me?
Sure, Mary, I'll help however I can.
My grandfather should be interred in our family tomb in Uthrenus. At least, I think that's what Mom said. She's never taken me to see him. I don't think she's been back there since the day he was buried. She doesn't want to face him empty-handed.
How is visiting his grave going to help us?
Well, I'm not just thinking of finally paying my respects. I can summon his ancestor spirit to the tomb. I'm hoping my grandfather can tell us something about his missing puzzle box that will help put this fetcher fly hunt to rest.
Wouldn't your mother have already explored that option?
Like I said, I don't think she's spoken with him since he died. Mom never talks about my grandfather. I get the impression that they weren't close.
Why is she going through such great lengths to find it for him then?
He was obsessed with that puzzle box. When it was stolen, getting it back was all he could think about. I don't think Mom gives two swits about the box. She just wants him to acknowledge her. Maybe I can convince him to free her from her duty.
We'll go speak with your grandfather.
Uthrenus is in Stone Falls. I can't speak for the condition of the tomb, so we should assume it's dangerous.
Alright, well we're not gonna, like I said, we're not gonna do that today. We have a thing to do. It is the week of the launch for the Deadlands DLC. So we are gonna go to Fargrave, which is where we went in the opening prologue quest for this for this chapter. Or not chapter, but update. Sorry, I'm also reporting a bug on the game too, because I found a bug earlier that I'm trying to report, so unfortunately it's not easy to report bugs. Oh, my hands are glowing. Why is this happening?
The anchorite. You're as bothersome as that damn Tremora. No matter. The votive rune is placed, and now you die.
You brought this on yourself, Dagonist.
Just walks up and punched him right in the face, and he is down for the count.
Hey you, the glowing hands. We have something in common. If you're not a cultist, we should talk. Damn these Waking Flame cultists, bringing their Mehrunes Dagon madness to Fargrave. Their votive runes infect mortals with dark magic. I came to meet someone about all this when I spotted that cultist and my hands began to glow. Just like yours.
What is this place?
This is Fargrave, a city in Oblivion with permanent and open connections to other realms. The cultists place those votive runes faster than I can destroy them, putting every mortal who lives here at risk. That's why I agreed to meet with the Dremora.
The Dremora?
Lyrinth, the Dremora. She sent me a letter. Said the cult threatened Fargrave. Nern, too. She wanted my help, but I can't deal with that now. The votive runes are clearly the immediate danger. We should work together on this. I can pay.
Alright, I'll help you deal with the votive ruins. What do you need me to do?
I need you to talk to my contacts. Madam Wim's establishment is here in the city. Initiate Teal'go meets me in the burn, out in the Deadlands. See what they know about the votive runes and the cult's plans. Then meet me in the Fargrave Crafting Plaza.
I know Lirith. It's not like her not to show up for a meeting.
Really? All I know is that she's a Dremora who has an interest in the Dagon cult known as the Order of the Waking Flame. This is where we were supposed to meet, but all I saw when I got here was that cultist and the votive rune he was casting.
You said the votive ruins affects mortals. Is that what made our hands glow?
No. The votives mess with mortal emotions, make everything more intense. Not sure why. Lyrinth said the magic in her letter would allow her to recognize me. I think that's what the glow was. If only I could get the grasp to care about all this.
The grasp?
The grasp of the stricture. They're an order of Daedra, mostly Dremora, who serve as arbiters and interpreters of the stricture. A magical covenant that allows Fargrave to serve as neutral ground for all Daedra. They enforce the laws, to a point.
To a point?
Well, since mortals aren't bound to the stricture, the grasp pretty much ignores us, unless we interfere with the stricture in some way. As long as the cult and its votive runes only threaten mortals, the grasp simply doesn't care.
Tell me more about these contacts you want me to talk to.
Madam Wim is a dark seducer who has her thumb on the pulse of Fargrave. Nothing happens here that she isn't keenly aware of. She deals in favors and information for a price. And the more you seek her help, the more expensive her services become.
What about Initiate Teal'go?
Initiate Teal'go is a member of the Order of the Waking Flame. He was my friend before the cult recruited him. Turns out, Teal'go's had a change of heart. He's been providing me with inside information about where the cult plans to strike next.
And where can I find Madam Wim and Initiate Teal'go?
Madam Wim runs an establishment in Fargrave called the House of Wims. Just be careful. She enjoys getting her hooks in new arrivals. You'll find Initiate Teal'go in the Deadlands, an area known as the Burn. The Plaza of Portals will take you there.
The Plaza of Portals? The Deadlands?
The Plaza of Portals is one of Fargrave's most important locations. A series of permanent gateways to other realms in Oblivion. One of those realms is the Deadlands, the domain of Mehrunes Dagon.
The Anchorite, that's an unusual name.
Is it? I hadn't noticed. Look, we only just met. If you turn out to be trustworthy, I'll tell you the strange tale. If not, well, we'll deal with that if it becomes necessary.
Does your tale include an explanation about the mask you're wearing?
Perhaps. And maybe it's just a fashion statement. Now, go talk to Madam Wim and Initiate Teal'go while I make my rounds. I need to check on my charges around the city.
Your charges?
As a crossroads, it's natural for people from everywhere to wind up here. I check on the mortals of the city on a regular basis, help them as I can. That's why Wim calls me the Fool of Fargrave, because I care. And it's why I abhor the Daganists.
I've encountered the Order of the Waking Flame before.
Then you know the cult is evil. They appeared recently, proselytizing in the plazas. Then they started placing those votive runes. Some kind of prayer to Mehrunes Dagon. But it intensifies mortal emotions. The runes are dangerous. I know it.
Yeah, they are dangerous. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can currently do about them. Alright, so I have a unique priority this time because of how slow the my daily drop is going. I'm going to prioritize getting the things I do for the dailies done. So we're going to work on getting that set up so that way I don't have to do. We're gonna work on that first. So I'm going to prioritize getting everything set up so I can do the daily safely without having to worry about messing things up. So we're going to talk to Madame Wilm, but not just yet. We're going to go ahead and get some of this stuff set up first. First of all, this person. This person is not necessary for the dailies, but I may as well pick up their quest while I'm passing.
You there, the mortal. You seem more capable than most. The grasp of the stricture has a task that you may be able to assist with. The apprehension of mortal criminals. I understand your kind enjoys material gain. I can pay you for your help.
What's the task?
A band of mortal thieves tried to steal a large quantity of the drug known as Red Maiden. When I attempted to apprehend them, they ran to the Plaza of Portals and fled into the Sever.
What do you need me to do?
You must search the Sever for these criminals and bring them back to me. Their leader's name is Buck. He went through the portal last, and therefore should be easy to find. He is a cunning mortal, but he and the others cannot have gotten far.
I'll search the Sever for these criminals.
Return the criminals to Fargrave once you have apprehended them. I will take care of things from there.
What's the grasp?
The grasp interprets the stricture, that which binds all Daedra and Fargrave. It keeps order by effectively turning the city into neutral ground. We are the law, to put it in your terms. We make sure citizens adhere to the strictures.
Why do you need my help?
Our influence does not extend beyond the dunes of Fargrave. The strictures are not concerned with the domain of the Prince of Destruction. They are now beyond my reach, but not yours.
You mentioned the thieves stole Red Maiden. What's that?
I find it hard to believe a mortal such as yourself is ignorant of such a substance. Your kind are always scrabbling for it. Red Maiden is a drug. When regularly ingested, it can anchor a mortal to Fargrave just as a pact with a Daedra would do.
Why do mortals need to be anchored to Fargrave?
To prevent a sickness called the Drain. Your mortal minds are not meant for the complexities of Fargrave. Occasionally, mortals experience decay. Some become violent, others begin to drool. Ultimately, they will succumb to it and die.
Why would the thieves need to steal it?
Red Maiden is a rare commodity and difficult to produce. Mortals would tear each other apart for it if it was not strictly regulated. Not every mortal contracts the Drain, but many fear the very possibility and will do anything to acquire the drug.
Who are these criminals?
A foolish group of mortals, nothing more. They have been in Fargrave for a few years, always skirting the lines of the stricture and eluding the grasp. They are close friends and look out for one another. It makes them difficult to rein in.
Have they ever stolen something like this before?
No, they have never been so bold before. Perhaps they grew bored of petty theft and being a nuisance. I could not say. Many of their transgressions have been too small for the grasp to interfere. Not this one.
You said they fled to the Sever?
Indeed. They will find it much less forgiving than Fargrave. If they manage to survive the lightning and the tearing winds, they will need to contend with the wildlife. The Sever is not a gentle place. Be cautious when you venture there.
Okay, I got all of that taken care of. Mark for hire in Fargrave. Picked that up. Go grab this way shrine. Miri, stop getting in my way. Almost a 1584. Good gracious.
So many new faces in Fargrave. If you need work and can handle a weapon, we should talk. As a representative of House Hexos, I assure you that this is all above board.
I'm interested. Tell me about these jobs.
Oh, I don't handle jobs. Think of me more as a scout for the organizations in the city who hire adventurers. Speak to Luna Burial or Vavelli Indivel. They hire mortals and Daedra for dangerous jobs on a daily basis.
Alright, how do I sign up for one of these jobs?
Well, if you want to work alone, see Luna Burial. Vavelli Indivel of the Sarathu Tong also provides jobs, but they're dangerous. You'll want a group to deal with them. Here, consider this an investment into your adventuring career.
90
Luna
gold.
Burial has jobs that you can handle on your own, and Vavelli Indivel trades in tasks that require groups of adventurers. Regardless of which job you take, I guarantee you'll be paid well for your work. That's a House Hexos promise.
I have a keen eye for spotting reliable adventurers in need of some extra work. It's one of the things I'm known for. So, are you the sort of person I think you are? A reliable adventurer looking to make a bit of gold?
I'm looking for work. I heard you might have some.
There's a rare plant, the Martyr's Copperleaf, that grows around the feet of the statues in the False Martyr's Folly. Normally we wouldn't take this kind of work, but the healer Tulanith needs it, and we're feeling charitable.
What do you need an adventurer for?
Have you ever been to the Folly? That place is terrifying. Tulanith's stationed at the House of Whims if you have questions. All I can say is that if you take on this job, you get a cut of the deal. So, what do you say? Want to do some gardening?
I'll bring some Martyr's Copperleaf from False Martyr's Folly.
Vavelli over there tends to be stern with her hirelings, but I try to be more understanding. Just don't forget that you took on a job for the Gleaners, alright? I try to be understanding, but I still expect results.
That's fair.
There's always opportunities in Fargrave for the ambitious and skilled. Take a contract with the Sarathu Tong, and you won't have to fight everyone else for work.
What's the job?
A Manta Core, Tau Pezu Azida, injects his prey with venom. Verdam Sedri, our poisoner, thinks he can make a new antidote. He'll pay someone to kill the Manta Core and gather samples from its victims. He's in the guild hall if you have questions.
Why does Tarpazu Adiza need to die?
This venom is also a key ingredient in a Daedric hypnotic called Daze. Verdam Sedri says Daze is cropping up in cheap mortal medicines from the shambles. Why not deal with two issues? The pay is good on this job. Don't complain.
Alright, I'm on it.
The Sarathu Tong does not pay for time spent on a job. Dragging your feet will get you no favors.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get these done today, most likely. Alright, so we got 20 minutes in. There's just so much to do at the start of a new zone. You kind of have to prioritize what you want to get done first. And while normally I would throw myself right into the main quest, I feel like getting things set up so I can do dailies on Reewish is more important. Because I really need to increase my ability to harvest crafting motifs from this zone, because it's already almost a week in and I've only gotten one of the motif pages so far.
Stay away from me! Stay away!
Those runes are really messing people up. To the Sever! Portal to the Sever. the Deadlands. Avoiding a hostile pursuer for several seconds without getting hit may allow you to escape through a door. We step into the Deadlands, particularly the Sever region, which is a massive storm that strikes all the time. You didn't see this place in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I'm hoping we'll get lucky and the boss will be up and ready to go when we get there, but I'm having my doubts about that, to be honest. Let's go ahead and do this, well, since we're right here.
I hate running. What do you want? And better yet, what are you doing all the way out here? If you don't mind, I'm actually running for my life at the moment. So if you could let me get back to that, I'd appreciate it.
I was actually sent to track you down.
What? The Dremora actually asked for help? Bah, I'll never understand the grasp. All right, before you do anything hasty, at least let me explain. This is a big misunderstanding. Or I guess it's not. We've got a good reason, I swear.
I'm listening.
Hold on, it's not safe here. Please, find my two friends and send them to the portal to Fargrave. It's where we planned to meet if we got separated. Once we're together, I'll tell you the whole story. You can decide what to do with us from there.
Fine, I'll find your friends and meet you at the portal to Fargrave.
Many thanks. Their names are Eliza and Minwaleth. We all split up once we got here, but they shouldn't be far. I'll head to the portal now. I promise I'll explain everything once those two are safe.
Did not get lucky, the boss is down. Where is victim number 5? Oh, there we go. Alright, now we wait for the boss to pop. It should not take too long, but normally I wouldn't do this, but like I said, I'm trying to get things set up so I can do dailies on Reewish, and I can't do that until these bosses have been defeated in stream, so. Oh, here we go. That was really quick. That always happens when I fight this guy. Oh man, my armor's in terrible shape too. I need to get it fixed. Oh, there we go. He's down. And I got a bow of... I don't have any repair kits. Of course I don't. No, I thought I fixed up my gear so I wouldn't have this problem. Yep, not collected. Now it's mine. What was I using? This one, yeah. Is there a difference between these two? Oh, that's my Inferno staff. Okay. Yeah, I made that for fighting vampires back during Greymoor, and I've never used it again since.
Off we go.
Alright, I probably ought to go ahead and dip back to... There might be a merchant. Hold on, I think there's a merchant down here. So let me go check. If there is, we'll just go ahead and just pop in, use the merchant, and then pop out. Not doing the quest yet. I do want to... I'd rather not have to go all the way back to Fargrave just to fix my gear up. Hey, there's a Sky Shard. Let's go nab that while we're here. That's our first Sky Shard of the zone.
Let's ride.
What is going on in zone chat right now? Good gracious. Alright, Wretched Spire discovered. I'm not going to do the quest here just yet. I will get to it, but it's not on my priority list at the moment. I am looking for a merchant of any sort. Any sort of merchant. Here we go. There we go, an innkeeper. You'll do perfectly. Gear perfectly restored. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and head up this way and grab the Way Shrine that's right back over here. Wait, not that way, the other way. Oh hey! See, I have a bunch of spammers in the chat, and none of my admins to ban them. Let's see. Ban. Okay, that's taken care of. Alrighty. Oh hey, that's one of the Wandering Executioners, like one of the big bosses in this area. She's dead.
I was tired of walking anyway.
Oh good, I was hoping to pick that one up before I went in there. I'm going to ignore that because that's the same quest that's available just down here, and I'd rather pick it up from down here.
adventure? Maybe a tad overripe.
Tribunal, my grandmother, and the hero of Mournhold are counting on me. So why am I pacing out here like a flathead? You're a swit, Selveni. You just have to power magic rocks made by a living god, find some spirits, free them, oh, and leave the Force Martyr's Folly without dying painfully. It'll be fun.
Are you talking to yourself?
Yes. I do that. I wasn't expecting anyone. Oh, Lord Sotherseal. I'm doing what the Tribunal asked. I have the 3 Mother Stones, and I know where the energy fonts are. I'll free the spirits from the Force Martyr's Folly, I swear.
I think you got me confused with someone else.
No? Oh, you're in disguise. I'm glad you're here. Saving Ordinator Nilera and Grandmother Priest Sovisa's spirits from Merun's Dagon? I can't do that alone. But I can give you tribute. Payment for the help of an adventurer.
I'll help you free Auditor Niliar and Priest Sovisa from False Murder's Folly.
Thank the 3. I have the Mother Stones I got from Amalexia's priest, though we do still need to attune them with the energy fonts inside. But with your help, we'll free Nilera and Sovisa's spirits in no time. Now, to enter the Folly.
What happened to Ordiner Solera and Priest Sovisa?
Is this a test? Are you checking if I know who I'll use the Mother Stones on? They both died years ago. They protected the temple from Merun's Dagon when he decimated Mournhold. I was there, hiding under a table. That was a day I won't forget.
I didn't hear about Merun's Dagon attacking Mournhold a few years ago.
The decimation of Mournhold? In 2920? The end of the First Era? My lord, is there something terribly wrong with you? You were there. How could you forget?
Selveni, that was nearly 600 years ago.
600? No, this is a test. Almalexia's priest gave me the Mother Stones only a few weeks ago. I know how long I've been standing outside the Folly. Merun's Dagon's realm can't hold me captive. Not like the spirits I need to save.
You said the Mother Stones would free the spirits?
You might have missed the explanation. You are busy. I got the Mother Stones from a priest of Amalexia. She said that the Lady of Mercy created them. Once we attune them to the energy of the Sever, these stones will take her children home.
Why do the Mother Stones need to be attuned to the Sever?
They won't work properly unless they're attuned. Right now, the stones couldn't return me to Morrowind. They need a lot of power to save Ordinator Nilera and Grandmother Sovisa. I mean, they're both dead, and they've been trapped here for years.
How did the stones get attuned?
I asked about that in Wretched Spire. There are these energy fonts that should be just the things we need. No one in Wretched Spire could really tell me where the fonts were, but given a name, I think they won't be too hard to find.
What makes you say that?
Well, have you looked into the Folly? Lightning strikes happen all the time. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've always seen lightning strike the most in areas of high energy. If we follow the storms, we should find the fonts. I hope.
Let's see. You mentioned that you said... What did you mean when you said Dagon attacked Mournhold a few years ago?
Decimation of Mournhold?
Oh, no, we've gone through all that. Okay, we're on our way inside. False Murder's Folly. I'm a little disappointed with the delves this time. They're very simplistic, and I'm not a big fan of that. Because I'm going to be running these a lot, and I don't know. I'm also not a fan of the fact there's only 2 daily quest givers as well.
You're an energy font. Where would you be? Northwest? There are a lot of storms there.
I hope you're watching.
The air changed. Like the storm is about to get worse. We're close.
First stone has been powered.
Only one energy font left to find.
Okay, that's my second one.
My lord, I don't want to tell you what to do, but please be careful with those stones. They look erratic. You may be the magician, but for someone like me, holding on to erratic power seems unwise.
We attuned the mother stones. What next? Why do you keep calling me so the seal?
Oh, right. You're in disguise. Sorry. Your disguise isn't bad. In fact, it's flawless. You look nothing like yourself, but no one else knew I was here. So when you appeared, I could just tell who you were. I hope that's all right.
You're not going to stop, are you?
Why would I do that? Not respect you with your titles and name? I was raised by a priest of the temple. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't anger Grandmother Seducer like that.
We attuned the mother stones. What next?
Next, we need to think of anything.
I'm not so the seal.
There should be an altar in here that's used to locate statues in the folly.
Where's the altar?
I kind of had to figure that out on my own, since an acolyte of Lord Vivek was called away before he could tell me. But I ran into someone familiar with this area in Wretched Spire. The altar is farther in the folly, in a Daedric building.
Alright.
Place the mother stones there, and we'll be able to locate the statues. Somehow. Now we have to place Mehrunes Dagon? I should probably do that. Spare you the embarrassment. Lord Dagon, help us find Nilera and Sovisa so that we can do evil. The stone!
Well, shoot.
I don't know what went wrong. I started praying to Mehrunes Dagon and then... Tribunal, you, my family? I've brought shame to everyone. We only have 2 stones now. We need 3.
What happened?
Don't know. We put the stones on the altar and then I prayed and a stone just exploded. Is Almalexia's power not compatible with the altar? Did Dagon figure out I'm not an evil cultist? Am I terrible at praying?
Do you know where the stones are? Or do you know where the statues are?
Oh, yes. Here, let me mark the location for you. I may have obliterated one of the stones, but at least we have the information we need.
So what do we do with the mother stones now that one is broken?
Originally, there were 3 stones. One to free Ordinator Nilera, one to free Grandmother Sovisa, and the last one was supposed to take me back to Mournhold. Without that 3rd stone, someone has to stay here. Sovisa, Nilera, or me.
Tell me more about Ordinator Nilera.
Ordinator Nilera was the glaive of the Tribunal, and after Mehrunes Dagon's attack, well, I don't know anyone who'd say she wasn't the greatest Ordinator ever. Freeing her spirit from this place would bring peace to many.
Tell me about the priestess.
Sovisa was my grandmother. She was kind and smart, The sort of person who always pushed you toward compassion. She was a priest at the temple, not a warrior. But she saved so many from Mehrunes Dagon's horde when they attacked Mournhold.
Would you stay behind to free both Nilira and Sylvissa?
I can't believe it. Is that what the tribunal wants from me? Maybe it's better than letting two spirits stay in eternal agony, but... Sothasil, I don't know if I can do that. Not even for Ordinator Nilera and Grandmother Savisa.
Now we know where the stone statues are. What's the next step?
Right? Would you grab the mother stones? I don't think I should touch them anymore.
I'll pick up the remaining mother stones.
Right. I have some control over my emotions.
Anyone is watching the stream, this is your chance to vote on who we save and who gets left behind. So, if that's something that interests you. The Manta Core should spawn in here in a moment because I haven't finished this delve before, and so me arriving should cause the boss to spawn. Yep, just like that. There we go. Huh. I must have gotten all the pieces from that are available in the delves. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'd recognize their faces anywhere. Sothasil, may I have a word?
Just a second. Collecting. Alright.
Well, here we are. Won't put it off any longer. Time to make the difficult decision. Gods, I can't really damn myself to save them, can I? But then, how can I leave one of them here?
So, we can only free one spirit?
Or we could free both, but then I'd be trapped. If I was better at magic, or even understood what Almalexia's mother's stones did, then... But no, there is no way to free both spirits and ensure my escape. I'm a failure.
What if we used the stones to free one of the spirits? You still need to go get back.
Free just one of them? How could I even begin to make the decision between the two? I'd be saving one and dooming the other to an eternity of torture at the hands of Mehrunes Dagon. Wait. Would you make the decision?
Alright, so if anyone's in the stream, I don't know if anyone's currently in the stream who wants to vote, but we have two choices. We can either use both stones to free both the spirits by using this option here, or we can save him and one of the spirits. Now, he is alive. He can go back home and be in the mortal realm. And so, honestly, I think that the best option would be to free him and the Ordinator, because I believe his grandmother would not want him trapped here in Oblivion, but his family would shun him for not saving his grandmother. If we save the grandmother, the rest of Mournhold might have been upset at him if 600 years hadn't passed. So what I'm going to do is since there doesn't seem like there's anyone in the stream, I am going to free him and his grandmother, because honestly, his descendants would be upset with him if he didn't free his grandmother, but who's going to be upset that the Ordinator is not freed? Because it's been 600 years, and probably most of the people that cared about the Ordinator have probably died themselves. So, we should free one spirit and use the other stone to get you back to Nirn.
How can I decide who should be free? The woman who died after a lifetime of service to the Tribunal, or the one who knew she would die but still did what was right? Nilera or my grandmother? Sothasil. Free the spirit you choose. I won't stop you. Grandmother Savisa. She still looks the same as she did when I was a child. I can't leave her.
Cervelli, you've grown so much. You've done your duty by me, as I did mine by
She
you.
looked peaceful. I think we did the right thing.
Well, that's to remain to be seen whether we did the right thing or not.
Our work is done here. Let's leave before something horrible happens. I'll meet you outside.
Yeah, you go ahead. I have things to do. Retrieving the plane stone. Perfect. There's another sky shard. Great. Our next goal is around over here somewhere. Sploosh.
I'd forgotten what she looked like. She sounded so peaceful. Thank you.
You should be proud of your accomplishments.
An inexperienced adventurer managed to free his grandmother's spirit from the heart of Dagon's realm? So, Thecile, it's only through your power that I'm even alive. Here, a small sample of the gifts I'll give to the temple as soon as I return. I can't wait to return home. Adventures are great and all, but I don't think I want to go on another anytime soon. It will be nice to see my family and tell them about Seducer. I'm sure they'd help me think of ways to free Ordinator Nilera too.
What are you going to do now?
I'll make my way back to Mournhold. I'll only tell everyone as much as you want me to, of course. So, Thecile, I'm honestly still a little scared about how things turned out here. But I know I can push through that, thanks to you.
What are you going to do about Orator Nodurla?
I'm not the brave one in my family. I'm not even competent, and I'll likely have to adventure again. But I'm going to devote myself to figuring out how to save her. It'll be hard, maybe even impossible, but I have to try, right?
So you're definitely going back to Mournhold?
Vivek, yes. I don't want to be here any longer than I have to. Did you see that six-legged creature back there? That thing was terrifying. I am leaving this realm as soon as I can.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Alright, we are done with one of the delves, and we got one of the world bosses done. We're gonna go do the other world boss and the other delve. So, and then we're going to go talk to Initiate Tilgo, and then go talk to Lady Madam Wilm, and then that'll allow us to access the Shambles, which is another area we're gonna need to access throughout the dailies. So this is gonna ooh. Hold on. We're doing this first. This could loot me the last piece of jewelry I need. Or it could get me a weapon. Either one. It's fine. I would prefer the jewelry, but...
The very air of this realm will destroy you.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
Oh man, look at that thing.
Bravery will get you far. Not far enough.
Ah, darn it.
Stand against this onslaught.
Hope we find some.
This boss is not up. Wait. Yeah, this boss isn't up. I can't do this right now because someone already killed it recently.
Don't give up now. I want to crush you personally.
Now we wait for the bus to pop. It shouldn't be long. I think I have those. Nope, I don't have those. How am I doing on collection sets? Let's see, we're missing one piece of armor and a lot of weapons for that. We're missing one piece of armor, a necklace, and 3 weapons. And we're missing all weapons for this. So shouldn't be long until he pops up. There's a lot of people here to get this done.
Something...
Yeah, it's absolutely nasty outside today. I'm glad to be indoors. Oh, here we go.
Really don't like your odds. Is that the last one?
Darn it, I just wasted my ultimate.
Get back, you betcha!
We got him. Somerset Treasure Map. Well, I didn't get the ring I was after, but I did get... I did get a new ice staff. That made that trip worthwhile. One less ice staff to collect, or one less staff to collect later. Watcher. Yeah, the absurd price of jewelry crafting is outrageous. The easier idea is to grind what you need from, the easier idea is just to grind what you need from doing, zone quests. Like, pick a zone that has an effect you want, and then just grind the jewelry pieces from there. That's the easier way to do it. Crafting, it's not worth making jewelry from that, because you can just get purple drops, and those purple drops are, you know, almost as good as gold. There's a little bit of a difference, not enough to really make it worth the exuberant cost to upgrade. They really need to rebalance jewelry crafting. It's like the the difference between purple and gold is so minuscule. There's really no reason why the gold mats need to be as rare or as expensive as they are, but that's what they decided to do for some reason. 'Cause I got best of attention.
I guess this is a fight now. Ooh, that was a bit of a warm-up.
Alright, we're looking for the person. Oh,
I don't want to die in this. Stay back. Please, don't come any closer. I don't have the strength to fight you or any money to give you, but please, I beg you to look the other way.
Bach sent me to find you.
You saw Bach? Is he safe? He must be if he told you to come find me. I'm not sure why you're helping us, but I don't care. Thank you, stranger.
What about?
What about Minvaleth? Please tell me this wasteland hasn't taken her.
She didn't make it.
Gods, no. This is all my fault. She only went along with the plan for my sake. I got the drain and now she's dead because of it. She lost her life trying to save mine. It's not fair. I need to see Puck. Please, where is he?
He's waiting for you at the portal to Fargrave.
Then I'll make my way there. Thank you, stranger. You can't know what this means to me.
Alright, continuing on my way to the convenient source of Speedway. Destruction Solace, as we pass. That'll be important for later. Okay, that's for later. We won't do that quest right this minute. Darn it! Hey Joe, welcome to the stream. I didn't know if you were gonna make it today. Welcome to hell. You're fine. You haven't missed much. We did a boss. We did a Oblivion portal. We did a delve, and we're getting ready to do another boss in just a little bit. We're just trying to discover a couple way shrines in this area to make traveling around faster. But I'm going to take a quick pause and get a drink in just a moment. I'm a little bit thirsty and I forgot to fill my cup up before I started streaming, so... That's part of the main quest. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way real quick.
You're not the person I was supposed to meet. What do you want? Explain yourself, stranger. The Deadlands isn't a place for chance encounters.
The Anchorite sent me. What can you tell me about the Waking Flame and the Vote ruins?
The Anchorite promises to get me away from the cult in exchange for information. I hold up my end of the bargain, and what do I get? Another fool seeking knowledge from Vortugo. This is the last time you hear. Make sure the Anchorite knows that.
I'll tell her. Do you know what the cult plans to do with the Vote ruins?
They don't tell lowly initiates all the details of their master plan. I hear things. Sister Seldina wants to take over Fargrave. Make it an offering to Mehrunes Dagon. The votive runes play a part in that, but I don't know exactly how.
Tell me more about Sister Caldina.
Sister Seldina leads the Fargrave cell. She has a grand vision for the Waking Flame. It starts with Fargrave, but it doesn't end there. She wants control of the portals. With them, she can hand Lord Dagon all of Oblivion. Even Nirn would be in reach.
Does the name Lirith mean anything to you?
The Dremora? She's practically all the Order's old guard talk about these days. Seems she's been causing a lot of trouble for Sister Seldina, interfering with her plans. Something's about to happen. Tell the Anchorite. Fargrave's in danger.
Any idea where I can find Sister Caldina?
The Order has camps throughout Fargrave and the Deadlands. Sister Seldina could be anywhere. But tell the Anchorite to check the shambles. Look for an abandoned building, someplace hot. I heard one of the Devastators complaining about the heat.
Someplace hot? That's not a lot to go on.
If we were talking about the Deadlands, no. But the shambles is a different story. That section of Fargrave can't have too many places hot enough to make a Devastator uncomfortable. The Anchorite will figure it out.
Why are you willing to help the Anchorite?
What? You assume every Dagonist is a true believer willing to do whatever their superiors tell them? I joined up because they promised me a better life. A way to escape the shambles. But they lied. The Anchorite agreed to help me. For a price.
A price?
If Sister Seldina knew I was talking to you or the Anchorite, my life wouldn't be worth a scab on an Ogrim's elbow. I want out! Look. Tell the Anchorite. She can find me at the Bearer's Rest in Fargrave when she's really ready to help an old friend. Tell the Anchorite I'll be at the Bearer's Rest. She owes me, and I expect her to honor our agreement.
How's your day going, Joe? Mickett, do. Mickett, find pretty plainstone. Mickett, go to House of Whims and Fargrave. Mickett, give Ness plainstone. Ness, try to give Mickett shiny money. Mickett, no take. Ness, tell Madam Whim, give Mickett mortal packs. Mortals, give Mickett poetry. Mickett, own all. Fargrave poetry. Aww. The poor scamp just wanted to own poetry. Can I get an F in the chat for the poor little imp? Thanks to my new lockpicking abilities, I should be able to pop this chest. Yep, there we go. Ooh. Yes. Armory builds Battle Lizard, and this is from the Mightiest Lizard, okay. One less piece I need to get from elsewhere. Ooh, and a lore book on Oblivion. Very nice. One less world book or lore book I need to get from the overworld later when I do my lore book hunt.
Don't just stand there. Get down. Don't let those entrail suckers take you too.
Who are you hiding from?
You really don't know anything about where you are, do you? That's the Brandfire Reformatory. Nothing good happens there. The Order of the Waking Flame Cult takes people inside and they don't leave again. It makes this one's fur stand on end.
Do you know what the cult's doing in the Brandfire Reformatory?
No. This one just saw the cultist force her sister Pibiha inside. If Tufe could fight, those kin-cursed cultists would be hanging above a lava flow by their ears. Tufe cannot help Pibiha now. Would you look for her? Tufe can pay.
I'll search the Brandfire Reformatory for your sister.
Pibiha's harebrained adventures have gotten her into trouble in the past, but being killed to the Brandfire Reformatory? If Pibiha is unharmed, this one may just maim her herself. Please, find out what has happened to her.
How did your sister get kidnapped by the Waking Flame?
Pibiha tries everything at least once, especially if she knows it's a bad idea. When Mehrunes' cult gained power in Fargrave, Pibiha was curious about them. She went to one of the cult's meetings with a friend. They never came home.
Are you sure your sister didn't join the cult?
You think this one didn't ask her the same thing when Pibiha told her where she was going? Pibiha scoffed, said that she didn't have anything to fear or gain from Mehrunes. Then she called the fire cat a kitten and laughed. She laughed.
Who is Mehrunes?
Others call him Mehrunes Dagon. Khajiit know him as Mehrunes the kitten. He is not feared by many Khajiit. This one is beginning to wonder if that is a mistake.
If your sister never came home, how do you know she's here?
Because this one followed her.
She hoped to convince her flame-fried sister not to do anything stupid. But the cult moved quickly. Pipiha was shoved through a portal out of Fargrave, and there wasn't time to think. Tufe had to jump through too.
What is the Brandfire Reformatory?
Word of this place came to Fargrave, our home, from the mouths of merchants. They say it's a maze where those the waking flame finds unworthy are left to rot. Pipiha used to laugh about that.
Why did your sister laugh about the Brandfire Reformatory?
Because this one sister, despite her lack of self-preservation, is a fairly logical person. She said that no cult or Daedra would let their prisoners be wasted like that. They'd be sacrificed at the very least. Now the cult has Pipiha.
Do you have any idea what goes on inside the reformatory?
No, none of the merchants know what happens inside. Anyone taken inside isn't seen again. All Tufe knows is that the prisoners disappear inside the reformatory, and she only sees cultists leave.
Oh, you missed it, Joe. We had a bot spam earlier. I ended up having to delete or to ban them, but there was a whole big slew of, well, two is not a big slew, but you know, it was more than I usually get, which is like one. So. Yeah, there's some weird, like, I don't know what's going on with the, excuse me, the health bars in here.
Till I met you.
Don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
See, like that, like, what exactly happened with him? He was almost dead, and now suddenly he was fine, but then he immediately, like, just fell dead again. I'm like, I don't understand what happened there. Alrighty.
In a big family, you have to know how to scrap.
Alright, and as you can see now, the sky shards appear on the little bar and on the map, so that's actually a really nice quality of life feature to show you where the sky shards are. See, I'm wondering if that's not some ability they're using, because it kind of makes me think of an ability, but I've never seen an ability like it before that allows them to do what that ability is doing, so it could be a newer mechanic that's exclusive to these guys. Ooh, it's really cold and nasty out today. Whoops, that's not someone I need to attack.
This is a fight now.
Oh, I got a new companion ability for Mary's dual wield.
I'm still here. Thanks for asking.
Sadly, we are too late. She's dead. We could not save her sister. Alright. Yep, you can save your character builds and quickly switch between them with the armory, which is really nice actually.
I really don't like your odds.
Over here! It's been a while since an occultist went into the reform. Did you find Pibiha? Where is she? Is she all right?
Here are your sister's belongings and a note addressed to you.
A note? What that means? My foolish sister. Always so proud. Here's your reward, stranger. You brought as much of Pibiha back to me as you could. Even with the pain they bring, Tufe is glad to have these words. It is not a surprise, but the shock of her death still hurts. My stupid, foolish sister. She just had to go to that meeting.
What are you going to do now?
Tufe should go back to Fargrave as soon as she can. She didn't tell her family where she was going when PB had disappeared. They must be so worried.
Well, will you be able to get home?
This one came to the burn through the Plaza of Portals in Fargrave. With luck, she'll find the portal here still open when she retraces her steps. It's no use solving a problem that may not exist, so this one won't worry just yet.
You're very optimistic.
Pibiha never gave in to sorrow, and neither will Tufe. Don't worry. Just because Two-Fae is cautious doesn't mean that this one has not had her own adventures. She'll manage.
Ugh, I just felt the sneeze coming on, but then it didn't come out. I hate when that happens. Because now it's stuck in my nose, but I can't get it out. And unfortunately the sun's not out, so I can't go look out at the sun until my body forces me to sneeze, which is my usual response to having a sneeze stuck in my nose, because there's no sunlight. Alright, we're gonna wait for this boss to come up, and then this will be the last boss, and then we'll continue working on the main story. We got a lot of stuff. Got 4 out of 6 on the, 4 out of 6 on the, striking locales, or points of interest, I'm sorry. 9 out of 11 way shrines. 4 out of 6 sky shards. We're doing really good so far. I should probably pick up the quest from David Fair as well and get that going, so that way I can do everything in the shambles simultaneously. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Shouldn't be too much longer. Those things are up there now, so it should be coming up here pretty soon. I just hope we have enough people here to fight it. If you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Oh, here we go. There we go, we got him. We'll go to this one instead. Alright, so we're headed back to Fargrave. Got some quests to do there, some setup to do, and that'll probably take up the rest of the stream, to be honest. So, excuse me, a lot of talking parts. I just wanted to get both dells and both world bosses done so I can do them freely for dailies without having to worry about not having them on stream. Because dailies are just repeatable, so I don't usually bother doing those on stream. Alright, so we're returning to Fargrave. There's a lot of bones and stuff everywhere. Ugh.
Another poor mortal succumbed to the power of the Dagonic votives. How unfortunate. But what's this? A new face? And what does Madam Whim always say? New faces bring new opportunities. Let's talk. Has anyone ever told you that you have an incomparable mien? Most in this celestial palanquin we call Fargrave have the barest patina on their auras. But you? I know multiple buyers who would pay top price for a soul like yours. Shall we trade?
Not interested in trading souls, but what's the matter with that person sitting on the floor?
What? Poor Josette? She's one of my favorite regulars. At least she was, before the votives affected her. First, she became belligerent, then extremely melancholy. Now she's practically mindless. But tell me, darling, what brings you to Madam Whim?
Ank writes at me. She said you know everything that happens here.
She did she? All true, but I hate to brag. She's an unusual mortal, though, isn't she? Our darling of the alleys. And clever. She sent you so as not to increase her tab at the House of Whims. As a new customer, your first transaction is free.
Alright, tell me what you know about the Waking Flames and their Volve ruins.
Ah, two topics on the lips of many a Fargravian. The Dagonists are mortal rabble with a fetish for destruction. The votive runes are prayers to their prince made manifest. Spells that seem to affect only an interesting question. Alas, I have no answer. But you're not the only newcomer to our fair city seeking such knowledge. My eyes about town tell me that Lyra the Dremora has come to Fargrave. She's in the shambles, searching for Sister Seldina.
I don't know why I even asked this. I know who Sister Seldina is.
You want more? I'm giving away an awful lot as part of your free sample, but I'm feeling generous today. Sister Seldina leads the Dagonists here in Fargrave. She and Lyrinth seem to have it out for one another, though I have yet to ascertain why.
What sort of business is the House of Whims?
As the name implies, I trade in eccentricities and capriciousness. I buy and sell as impulse dictates. My establishment carries indulgences from across Oblivion. And information, of course, along with food, drinks, and an amenity for every appetite.
Is there anything you can do to help poor Gisette?
Hmm? Oh, the mortal on the floor? No, I don't believe so. The spell is quite potent. I suspect the votive runes have a darker purpose than simply elevating emotions and turning mortals into mindless husks. Pity the grasp refuses to investigate.
The grasp?
The grasp of the stricture. They enforce law and order in Fargrave. The stricture is a covenant that binds all Daedra and allows us to operate somewhat in concert. Since mortals aren't bound by the covenant, the grasp tends to pay them no mind.
So the grasp of the stricture are sort of the city guard?
An apt description, if somewhat inaccurate. They do enforce Fargrave's laws, but in ways that won't always be comprehensible to the limits of mortal understanding. Try not to commit any crimes in front of them, and they won't harass you. Probably.
Why is this place called the Celestial Parliquin?
You came here without knowing, darling. How refreshing. Like an otherworldly conveyance, Fargrave personifies the existential concepts of transit or passage. It did start out as a strange nomadic realm, after all. That's part of the city's allure.
What does that mean exactly?
It means if you want to travel the myriad corridors of Oblivion, there's no better launching point than fabulous Fargrave. In addition to our famous Plaza of Portals, the entire realm is littered with dimensional access ways. Plus, we have no prince.
Why is that important?
Without a prince to set the laws and manipulate Fargrave's reality, we're free to shape this city as we choose. The freedom that affords us is sublime. Plus, no prince means less chaos and violence in the streets, rogue cultists notwithstanding.
I can't help noticing the giant skeletons.
Aren't they beautiful? One of our best features. No one is quite sure who or what they were, but legend has it they once carried the city from plane to plane, hence the allusion to a palanquin. Is it true? Well, the skeletons are real enough.
What kind of Daedra are you, Madam Whim?
A personal query? That will cost extra, my darling. I am a Mazkin, what your kind commonly call a dark seducer. Unlike many of my brothers and sisters, I use my charms to beguile and entice for knowledge and profit. I have no interest in violence.
Yeah, usually they seduce people into and then when they get them on their own and stuff, then they torture them. It's quite bad, actually. You said Lyrinth might be in the shambles. What should I know about that?
A terrible place. I urge caution if you decide to venture there. It's a warren of alleys, tenements, and ruins, hidden behind thick walls. Many mortals live there in the most appalling conditions, but it can also be a good place to conduct business.
What kind of business?
Oh, innocent mortal. The kind of business best engaged in, where the grasp of the stricture doesn't reach. It's a perfect location to hide a Dagonist cult, seeking to cause chaos and mayhem. I'm surprised our darling of the alleys didn't mention that.
Why do you call the anchorite the darling of the alleys?
Darling of the alleys, fool of Fargrave, woman in the mask. Ever since the anchorite arrived in Fargrave, she's gone out of her way to help the mortals cast upon our shore, and she asks for nothing in return. Pity I know so little else about her.
Alright, so we're done with her.
I hope you're not the sort to interrupt those busier than you for no reason. Well, I don't have much time. Out with it.
I found this plainstone near Megget's corpse.
Corpse? Can't say that I'm surprised. Miget continues to be too uncoordinated for retrievals. He tries his best, but I fear it will be a few more millennia before he's able to move with grace or stealth.
You expected him to die?
It won't be a lasting death. Maybe he will learn something from this that he did not from every death he has suffered before. You said you have something from his possessions?
Yes, this plainstone.
Ah, so Miket wasn't completely useless. Madam Wim won't be totally displeased with his performance. For his lack of follow-through, I'll pay Miket a portion of the agreed-upon earnings. You have rightful claim to the rest. Here. I don't know whether your return here is a sign of good news or bad. Did you find another ill-fated entity under contract with me?
Yes, I found Telephos's body with the diary saying that she left this plainstone in false martyr's folly.
Telefasa is dead? Again? Ugh, Zafa. It's been less than a century since the last time she died. With a short span like that, it will be hard to hire her again. You said you found her in the false martyr's folly?
The plainstone was in the folly, Telephosa was not.
Predictable. She always makes things harder for herself. Still, she managed to find it. Perhaps she does display some aptitude. I may hire her again when she reforms. Mortal, take this as payment for your efforts, and go with Madam Wim's gratitude. I employed a few prospective creatures to retrieve more of these plainstones, but given how you discovered the last creature I sent, I do not have high hopes. If you come across more ill-fated employees, please bring the plainstones to me.
We're gonna go we're gonna go to the crafting plaza.
All of you, stay away from me! Stay away! Disaster is coming! Fargrave is doomed!
There's no point.
Fargrave will be fine. I am here to protect Fargrave. I am the Battle Lizard. I am Nern's the mightiest lizard. Yada yada yada.
Over here, friend.
Lord Dagon will visit disaster upon this ash heap. Mark my words.
Excuse me.
These new Dagonists are barely worth the effort. I followed them into the plaza and destroyed the votive room before they even noticed I was there. And the Grasp decided to get involved, finally. Hey, did you learn anything from my contacts?
Madam Wim said Lyrith is searching the shambles for the cult's local leader, Sister Caldina.
Madam Wim didn't charge you, I hope. She usually lets you sample her wares for free the first time. After that, it gets expensive. The shambles is a big place, but now we know more than we did when we started. Did you also make contact with Teal'co?
He said Caldina is using the Voltaves to conquer Fargrave and to look for an unusually hot building.
Hot? In the shambles? Must be the old baths. The furnaces beneath the bathhouse have been burning forever. But what was that about the votive runes? How does Sister Seldina plan to use them to conquer Fargrave?
The votives are prayers from Dagon. The magic only affects mortals, but neither of them knew any more.
Damn it! No one is going to conquer Fargrave if I have any say in the matter. I suppose we need to investigate the old bathhouse. If we find Sister Seldina, maybe we'll find Lyrinth too. Let's meet in the shambles. We can discuss our options there.
Alright, I'll meet you in the shambles.
Once we enter the shambles, we can work our way together to the old bathhouse.
Tell me more about the shambles.
The shambles can be a dangerous place, but it's also where the majority of Fargrave's mortals live. Warrens and dark alleys fill the area. There are 3 main paths through the shambles. We can take any of them to reach the bathhouse.
What do you know about the old bathhouse?
Just that it's mostly abandoned. Hasn't been used by anyone but squatters and vagrants for years. It's isolated at the northern end of the shambles, easy to secure and unbearably hot. Perfect location for the Dagonist leaders to plot and scheme.
I still want to know about your name and why you're wearing a mask.
And I said I'd tell you, once I was sure I could trust you. Let's find out what's waiting for us at the bathhouse. Try to make contact with Lyrinth for Dremora. After that, we'll see.
What do you know about... Okay, I already asked that.
Move,
Let's go.
mortals, flee. You will see. Lord Dagon will devour you and your city.
The shambles.
The shambles. Not a place for a casual stroll. Let's go check out the old bathhouse. Choose a direction. East through Skane Row, through the Western Warrens, or directly north through the central plazas.
The Red Plainstone.
The Vanquished consider the central plazas to be their territory. We need to be careful here.
Oh, hey, Sky Shard. So, getting up there is a little bit complex. We have to go this way. Oops, I missed the bridge. Back around.
I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
Okay. Another chest. Oops. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Ah, I was so close. I gotta go all the way back up there again. Ah, I hit the wrong button. I thought I was hitting this bar, not the other bar. Ah. That's annoying.
About that, or should I?
Yeah, streak's a good skill up until the part when you overshoot your the place that you're supposed to be, and then a good thing it counted as me killing him, because that would have really upset me if it didn't, because there's an achievement to kill all 3 of the bosses of the gangs in the shambles. Oop, there we go. Another sky shard down. The so-called visitor's guide. Hey honey, you want to go to vacation to the murder capital of the city? Sure, honey, let's go. Put on our body armor and grab our weapons, so we don't get horribly killed. I mentioned that happens in Ochada too, when anybody goes to the Warrens.
If the main door is sealed, let's see if we can get in through the... That door leads to the courtyard and isn't warded. Can you pick the lock? They're coming for us. Maybe we can reach the caves below and get into the bathhouse from there.
Yeah, there's a total of 9 main quests in this expansion. One of them, of course, being the wrap up at the end, so it doesn't really count as a quest. So there's 8 major quests to do. We're still working on the first one, so.
It runs beneath the bathhouse. Another ward. I think we can get past this one though. I have an idea. Unlike the door outside, this area contains everything we need to disrupt the magic sustaining the ward and dispel it. I've seen the Daedra use these crystals to do all sorts of things.
Crystals? What are you talking about?
I spotted a lucent among the debris in this hall. It's a Daedric crystal that can absorb and store the background energy that pulses through all the realms of oblivion. We'll need that to get started.
Find a lucent. Got it. Then what?
Then take the lucent to the dynamis font over there. That background energy I mentioned, the font absorbs it. Place the lucent on the font, and it will fill it with the charged energy.
Charge the lucent with the font, or lucent on the font. Then what?
Finally, insert the charged lucent into the discharge labrum beside the door. That will release the energy from the crystal and disrupt the ward. That's the idea, anyway. I've seen the Daedra do all sorts of things using lucents, fonts, and labrums.
Alright, I'll find a lucent and then follow your instructions.
Remember, find a lucent, charge it in the dynamis font, then place the charged crystal in the labrum beside the door. Once you understand how lucents function, you can use them to accomplish all sorts of things throughout the realms of oblivion.
Can you tell me more about the lucent?
As I understand it, lucents form naturally in the void and occasionally rain down on the various realms. Some say they're actually crystallized bits of oblivion. Who knows? I've seen Daedra gather them, charge them, and make use of their energy.
Make use of their energy? How exactly?
Well, as long as you have lucents, a dynamis font, and a discharge labrum, you can use the energy to open gates, ignite furnaces, operate torture devices, all sorts of things. We're going to use it to overcharge the ward on that door and dispel it.
What sort of purpose of... What's the purpose of the dynamis font?
Look, I just observed how the Daedra use them. The dynamis font is sort of like a spring. Instead of water, energy wells up. Could be an atronach trapped in there. Or maybe it's the ambient dynamism that flows through the space between the realms.
Dynamism?
I'm not a Daedric scholar, alright? I just know what I know. Dynamism. I heard the Dremora talking about it at Madame Whim's. It's what some call the energy of oblivion. Or the energy in oblivion. It's confusing, but it's energy that we can use.
Tell me about the discharge labrium.
Basically, when you plug a charged lucent into the labrum, it releases the energy stored in the crystal. Most of the labrums I've seen are integrated into some larger mechanism. I'm not sure what this one was originally used for.
Can't we just break the crystal to release the energy?
You could, but you'd also get a destructive explosion. Better to control the release by using the labrum. Besides, the lucents can be used over and over again, but not if you shatter them. That's definitely a lucent. Now take the lucent to the dynamis font. Place the lucent in the dynamis font, and it should fill it with energy. That did it. Look how the crystal crackles with energy. Insert the charged crystal into the labrum and step away. You don't want to get scored. It worked! And now you know how to use a charged lucent. Let's see what's behind that door.
Bet you weren't expecting an attack from that way.
Beck, I hope you're watching.
Oh hey, our Daedra friend is back.
They're glowing again.
I see my spell brought the help I requested, but I didn't expect there to be more than one of you. Ah, my simple spell finally yields results. I was hoping it would bring you to me again, little mortal. I do so appreciate working with known quantities. But who is this other immortal who also carries my glowing brand upon their flesh?
Labyrinth, this is the Anchorite. Anchorite, meet Labyrinth the Dremora.
The Anchorite? An unusual appellation, even for a mortal. You must be wondering why I summoned you and then failed to be on hand to greet you. When I heard that Sister Seldina had arrived at their headquarters in the shambles, I had to act quickly.
Did you find Sister Caldina?
You can plainly see that I did not. Finding this location took more time than I expected. And even then, getting inside has proven difficult. But now that we're together, I suspect we can make short work of any obstacles and locate Sister Seldina.
Why are you so intent on finding Sister Caldina?
My reasons are my own, little mortal. Suffice it to say, I want to determine how Sister Seldina plans to utilize the votive runes to seize control of Fargrave. She wants to use its many portals as a gateway between the Deadlands and Nirn.
What do you need us to do, Labyrinth?
Even a Dremora of my talents cannot hope to stand alone against the Dagonists and an army of living disasters. I seek to learn Sister Seldina's secrets. You want to protect the mortal realm from total destruction. Together, we can accomplish both.
What can you tell us about Sister Caldina?
She's smart and ruthless. A powerful combination in a mortal. She commands the Dagonists here in Fargrave and oversaw the creation of the Cataclysm. With that device, she plans to create an army of living disasters to unleash upon Nirn.
Living disasters?
Daedra empowered to unleash destruction upon the mortal realm and make it easier for Mehrunes Dagon to conquer Nirn. Did you know he's tried before? Dagon broke an agreement, and the doors between the Deadlands and Nirn were sealed. He can't use them.
What agreement did Mehrunes Dagon break?
Sothasil, one of the so-called living gods of the Dark Elves, supposedly made a pact with various Daedric princes to protect Nirn. I don't know the details, but Dagon broke the pact. Sothasil slammed the doors and closed off Dagon's connections.
So Sister Caldina wants to conquer Fargrave so Dagon can use its portals?
Everything Everything about Sothasiel's pact is rumor and speculation, so that is what I hope to determine. And I want to examine the Cataclysm. The attack on Fargrave could begin at any moment. Shall we enter the next area and see what Saldina is up to?
Right.
It vanished again.
The spell has run its course. The glow will not return. Now, to deal with this ward. Come, I sense activity in the chamber beyond.
The Dremora again. Well, you're too late. The ritual is almost complete. Dagon's blessing reverberates among the votive runes. Soon a wave... Stop! The ritual must destroy the Daedra! My plan depends upon it! It's a futile fool. Lord Dagon himself taught me this ritual. All that work, ruined! You will pay for that, Dremora. You and your companions both.
Sister Saldina got away, and we're right back where we started. Nowhere.
Nowhere? How quickly mortals succumb to despair. Let's talk in the next room. Take a moment to look around. Sister Saldina departed in haste. Certainly she left something behind. I did not think Sister Saldina capable of performing such a powerful ritual. You did well, mortal. A few more moments and the magic would have exploded across Fargrave, leaving the city defenseless and destroying all of the Daedra, including me.
I stopped the ritual, but Sister Caldina escaped.
Yes, but she fled in haste. That means she probably left something behind. Let's search this bathhouse. Bring me whatever you find. Sister Saldina's abandoned paraphernalia may be of use to me, and it may tell you more about the threat to Nern.
Do you know what that ritual was all about? How it was going to help the cult conquer Fargrave?
From what I could devise, the votives elevated the emotions of mortals in the city, siphoning the energy generated into Sister Saldina's ritual. She planned to use that energy to destroy the Daedra, including the Grasp, leaving the city defenseless.
Shouldn't we go after Sister Caldina?
That would accomplish nothing. The Dagonists are experts when it comes to disappearing into the shadows. Sister Saldina will pay for her various insults soon enough. For now, see what she left behind when she fled.
Alright, I'll see what I can find in the bathhouse. Alright, so let's take a look around.
What did you find, little mortal?
I barely even had a chance to look at it, Leonard.
Tell me what you found, and I shall determine if it has any significance to my quest, or to yours.
I found this note. I can't make sense of it.
Nor can I. And while your literacy may be a question, mine certainly is not. This is no language, mortal or Daedric. It is written in code, one used by the Dagonists for their more guarded correspondence.
Can you decipher it?
No, and neither could any lowly recruit we captured off the streets and tortured for information. This code is reserved for the Order's elite. We'll need to find someone who can decipher it. I'm sure Fargrave must have someone with those skills.
What should we do now?
We should leave. The cult's forces may have scattered, but no doubt Sister Saldina will send a force to try to deal with us. We should not be here when they arrive. Perhaps the Anchorite can suggest a place for us to meet up, safe from prying eyes.
Are you coming with us?
What I seek still eludes my grasp, so our business is not yet concluded. You ought to be grateful. I can be a powerful ally, when the mood strikes me. I will meet you back in Fargrave. I'm sure the Anchorite knows someone who can decipher the code.
Let's meet at the inn in Fargrave. Bearer's Rest. We can talk privately there.
need to go the other way. Why did we stop moving? Miri, did you get us into a fight again? Excuse me. Excuse me again. Fargrave. Nirnhoned is a rare trait for weapons and armor. One piece of Nirnhoned equipment can be found after completing the quest in Craglorn. To learn the Nirnhoned trait on other items, you need to trade with other players. And by trade with other players, it means they sell them to you for an exuberant amount of gold. But I've taken care of that, so I have my Nirnhorn all researched on my main character. I spent more gold than I care to admit on doing that, but why am I going up? There was no reason to have gone up. We're about to end off for the day. This is a good stopping point. Yeah, it's like we've already gotten 5 of 14, and this will be 6 of 14 when this is turned in. So we're for the Grand Adventure quest. So
all this way to stop the waking flame from destroying Fargrave.
Something like that.
I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. Finding the leader of the cult, watching as she almost completed a deadly ritual, and then allowing her to escape. I never fail like that. And all we have for our trouble is a coded message.
Do you know anyone who could decipher the code?
Maybe. This is Fargrave, after all. The city connects to everywhere. Madam Wim must know someone here who can help us with that. In the meantime, we made a deal, and I always honor my commitments. Here, you earned this, my friend.
Little mortal, attend me.
Alright, we're gonna pick up Loren's quest.
We have unfinished business, mortal. The encoded message you recovered from the bathhouse. That may be the key to determining the Waking Flame's next move and revealing the secrets I'm searching for. We must find someone who can decipher it.
The anchorite suggested asking Madam Wim for a recommendation.
The masked mortal has the right idea. Fargrave sits on the threshold to everywhere. If there exists a being who can decipher this code, we will find them here. I'd prefer it if we could find someone other than Madam Wim to deal with, however.
Can I ask? I can ask around, but the anchorage seems to have a history with Wim. Do you know her?
I have heard of the infamous Mazkin who calls herself Madam Wim. I find her practice of turning gossip into profit to be loathsome. But even a filthy Daedrat has its uses, I suppose. Take the note to her and pay whatever it costs for a translation.
I'll take the encoded note to Madam Wim.
Go to Madam Wim's establishment, the House of Wims. Show her the encoded note and tell her we need it deciphered. I will meet you there. To make sure we have her undivided attention, and that she understands this is more than a mortal's request.
You seem reluctant to deal with Madam Wim. Why?
We know of each other. Perhaps our paths have crossed over the millennia, perhaps not. Wim has changed her name and appearance multiple times. Or so I've heard. I have no doubt she will do so again. when Fargrave no longer amuses her.
Are you still trying to find out more about the Cataclysm devices?
You saw what I saw when we first encountered Sister Seldina at the Waking Flame Conclave. Her infernal device can transform Daedra into incarnates, living disasters of immense power. They threaten Nerns, so you should hope I learn everything I can.
But we stopped Codina's ritual.
We learned that Sister Seldina tried to use the votive runes to steal power from the mortals. Power she hoped would destroy the Daedra and allow her to conquer Fargrave. We stopped that plot, but this realm's many portals are too enticing to ignore.
You think the Waking Flame will try again?
They are persistent, if nothing else, these Daegonists. If they truly want to unleash their incarnates on Nirn, using Fargrave's portals makes the most sense. The hope, slender though it may be, is that the encoded note will tell us more.
Alright, and that's where we're going to end off for today, everyone. I want to thank you for watching, if you did, and I hope you enjoyed as we started the Deadlands DLC. And join us next week as we continue the Deadlands as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. Getting ready to wrap up the Gates of Oblivion DLC. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everyone.